Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego and the beautiful Karina here in Bogotá, Colombia with the K1 Visa live stream. Now, it's kind of noisy here in the big city, so if you sometimes hear ambulances go by, or fire trucks, or police cars, or loud motorcycles, I can't control it. We live in a big city, and we are way up high. We're in the fourth floor of this edificio, this apartment complex, and even way up here, it's still noisy. It's like being in New York City, but that's okay. We love the time that we have left here in Colombia. We're going to be here probably another month or so, not much longer, and get my dental work completed, and boom, we're out of here. We're heading to Florida via Miami. And Miguel says, Buenas noches, Diego y Karina. Buenas noches, Miguel. Niwa Racheli. Hello, Diego. How are you? We are good. We are doing fantastic. Jacob Myers. Good evening, Diego. Hello, Jacob. Are you in Hong Kong or in the Philippines? Adolfo Sanchez. Hello, Diego and Karina. Adolfo. Good to see you. Beto Trejo. Good night, Diego. Buenas noches, Trejo. Es Juarez. Hello, Diego. Es Juarez. Okay, you understand what I explained to you about your visa, right? S. Juarez, go to your visa interview, get it done, and then they will hold your visa for you until you get the medical completed. You're just putting the horse before the cart, okay? You're just putting the horse before the cart. Instead of doing your medical first, you're getting your visa interview first. They'll put it on hold. They're going to put it on hold. 221G. It's going to say refusal, but it's not refused. It's on hold, okay? Get your medical exam done, and then take the medical exam results to the embassy, and there's your visa. Jacob Myers heading to Hong Kong today. Well, that's good. You're going to have fun at Disney World, and you're going to go on a cruise. How much fun is that? Susie Gomez and hey, Jacob, don't forget to keep a record of your trip to Hong Kong. Keep your boarding passes, your plane tickets, your hotel receipts, your everything, because you can include that in your green card package. Susie Gomez, hola Diego and Karina. Susie, what's going on? Niwa Racheli, thank you so much for all your help. No problem, Niwa. We are here for you. We are here for you guys. I'm in Bogota, Colombia, at 10,300 feet above sea level, trying to stay awake because of the high altitude in the mountains. I got traffic behind me, I got traffic in front of me, and I got a cat sleeping down here on the floor. So, but we're here for you guys. We're going to get you through this K1 visa process. Hamid, hello, my friend Diego and Karina. I'm so happy to see you guys together. We're happy too. I'm also going back to Morocco November 27th to see my fiance. Very good, Hamid. When you make your flight to Morocco, keep your plane tickets, make copies of them. Don't everything you spend in Morocco, keep the receipts. It's proof and evidence of your relationship. Mohammed File, hey Diego, what's up, Mohammed? Amy, glad to see you together. Oh, woo! We're glad to be together. It's been a long time, about a year that we were separated. Let's see. Chopper Harley, Karina is muy hermosa. Chopper goes to. Thank you, Chopper. Gracias. She's pretty. I tell you, I'm a lucky guy. Muy afortunada. Niwa Rachel, so good to see you guys together. Karina is beautiful. Karina muy hermosa.
Gracias.
Woo! Simply. Kimani Young, how am I? ¿Cómo estás, mi amigo? How are you, my friend? We're good. We are good, Kimani. Jacob Myers. Okay, Jacob. Also, I ground away that I can sit and refresh the available you found a way. You didn't grind away. You're not making coffee. You found a way that you can refresh the available interview dates yesterday, and I looked every 30 minutes and two opened up for November 7th. But they were gone in 10 minutes. Well, yeah, of course they're going to be gone that quick. But you're going to get your visa interview, guys. You just got to keep looking. Vaman Kana, hi Diego, I heard you talk about biometrics in your previous video. We have our biometrics, well, I don't. Karina has her biometrics on November 9th. Biometrica November 9, see? Okay, November 9th. I don't K1 pay for biometric. Please explain. Okay, when you pay for your visa fee, when you pay your visa fee at the for the embassy interview, that's when that visa fee includes the biometrics. Okay, that payment includes the K1 visa processing and the biometrics. It's one payment per person. So you got two people. It's going to be two fees. You'll just double up the cost. Jacob and I will keep all the info for our pre-honeymoon adventure, pre-wedding. There you go. Keep it all. Keep all your evidence. Whatever you do. Like today, we went to yesterday we went to the store. We went to the supermercado. I got the receipts back there. I'm going to include them in the green card processing. I was in Colombia. We went to the store. We bought food. Francois Livingston, good evening. Diego and Karina. Francois, good to see you guys. John S. Diego, Karina, Deus tu benedicción, bueno suerte. Good luck from Juan S. Thanks. Beto Trejo. Diego, I got my fiance in Santa Marta and we need to wait for the embassy in Bogotá for instructions. Do you know the clinic for medical exams and near the hotel of the biometrics? Okay, now, Beto, I will help you. If your prometida is in Santa Marta, you're going to have to come to Bogotá to get all this stuff done. And I made a video on what hotels are close to the embassy. All right, I'll help you through it. Jacob, gotcha. Mohammed, how many years of tax returns do you need for your interview? My fiance started working 2 years ago. I hope 2 years of tax returns is good. Normally I would say you need 3 years worth because you never know what the immigration office is going to ask for. But 2 years is going to be okay. They normally only ask for 1 year. But when you apply for the green card, okay, they're going to want to see 3 years. And then if you don't have that third year, you just write a letter of explanation. If it's a good explanation, you're a student, you were sick, you got laid off, whatever happened, explain it. Let me see here. Now, La Rochelle, we got our visa approved November 3rd. That was good. Yesterday, now it's your turn. Wish you both good luck for the interview. Karina will easily pass. My fiance said it was easy. Appreciate all your help. You got it. As long as you're in a real relationship, as long as you guys, have been together, love each other, and everything's good, immigration know that. They know it when they reviewed your K1 visa package at the embassy. The USCIS reviews your K1 visa package. The NVC took a quick look through it to make sure there's no errors, and then the embassy looks at it. And they know if you guys are real or not. It's no problem. You got to qualify for the benefit, though. Make sure you qualify. My fiance Amy. My fiance had an interview which took about 45 minutes, about 25-minute questions. That's a lot of questions. Finally got a 221G. The officer looked. Hold on a second. Let me back up a little bit. The officer took the passport and told us to send for the additional documents. How long does it take for a decision? Well, the decision is your visa is approved. They're just waiting on documents. So how long does it take? As long as it takes you to get them the documents. As soon as you get them the documents they've asked for, your visa's good. You're good. It's done. So the question is, how long does it take? As long as it takes you to get the documents back to them. If they took your passport, that means your visa got approved. Don't worry, okay? You're good. Luna Angel. Hi, Diego. Good to see you two together. I just filled out my I-134, saw the form expired July 2023. You're good. Use that form. I've got the I-134 here, the exact same form. I filled out and signed it. It's the exact same one. Looked up. And let me see here. I looked it up and said they needed. I looked it up and said they released a new form July 31st. You're good. You're good. Nikita Aljani. Hi, Diego. I received my passport with the visa yesterday. Whoa! Happiest day of my life. My ticket is booked for the 12th of December. All the best to you and Karina for the interview. Nikita, you're going to be on an airplane flying to the United States very soon in December. And we were going to get married in January, but I can't wait till January. That's too long. So I asked Karina, I said, hey, let's get married in December. As soon as the plane hits the ground, let's get this done. And we're all in. So we're gonna get married in December. Sooner my dental work gets completed because I'm on a 3-month visa, and Karina's visa is good for 6 months once it gets done, and then I just got to finish up this dental work. It's it was crazy money in my dentist in Florida wants like $6,300 to do something that my dentist here can do for $1,200. So I'm going to get it done and finish it up here. Jonathan Linda, timing info for those in the Philippines. Took about 1 week after the interview to receive the visa. Okay, about a week. Okay. And the soonest CFO appointment is in 2 weeks. Yeah, now guys, if you don't know what a CFO is, for the folks in the Philippines, a CFO is you got to have a class, like a 4-hour class, to prepare your Filipino beneficiary to leave the Philippines and live in the United States. Basically, even if it's basically a class that the Philippine government put in place to help Filipinos leave the Philippines and relocate to another country. It doesn't necessarily have to be a K-1 visa. It can be for a work permit. Let's suppose a Filipino wants to go work in Singapore for a year. They'll have to go through a CFO. Let's see. Adolfo Sanchez, Diego, question for you. My spouse has a K2 visa for her child. That's right. Do you know if she needs any authorization from her exposer to bring the child to the U.S.? Exactly correct. Which country, Adolfo? Remind me, which country? If you live in South America or Central America, okay, Central America or South America, and your beneficiary is divorced or has a child with somebody, that person has to give that child permission to leave the country. In every country in South America, if let's suppose the person died, okay, then you got to have the death certificate. You got to get it translated into English for the embassy, and you got to get it apostilled to leave the country. So yes, Adolfo, the child will need the ex-spouse's permission to leave the country if it's in South America. Other countries I'm not familiar with regarding that, but here in Colombia, Venezuela, Peru, Chile, Argentina, Panama, Guatemala, Nicaragua, all those countries got to have a permission slip from it signed off by a judge for the kid to leave the country with the other parent. Jacob Myers, timing is going up in the Philippines. I had such a good spot, but got to love the government. Well, I'm glad you love the government of the Philippines. We got no problems. The United States has no problems with the government of the Philippines. The United States loves the Philippine government, and we all get along like a house on fire. S. Suarez, Diego, yes, thank you so much for your help. No problem. Don't worry about it, okay? You're just putting the cart before the horse. We've been doing some research about 221G. Do you think there's going to be okay? Yeah, of course it's going to be okay. Don't be scared, okay? This happens all the time in Colombia and other countries that are busy. The Colombian embassy is so busy, okay? Lots of people getting K-1 visas, spousal visas, and the doctors can only process so many medical exams in a month. And when all those slots fill up, then you have to go to the next month. If your embassy interview happens to fall in that month, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just go. You're putting the cart before the horse. You go to the visa interview. You go into a 221G hold. You get your medical exam. You give it to the embassy, and then you get your visa. Now, 1 second, guys. We got a super chat here. Niwa Rachel, thank you for that super chat, number 1. Thank you so much, Diego, for all your help. Niwa, no problem. I've saved you guys thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in immigration attorney fees, right? Don't you think so, right? I think so. But thank you for the super chat. We used some of our super chat money already. Yes, yeah. So Karina, thanks so much. So everything, we appreciate that, guys. Now let me see. Don't want to miss any questions because it's important. Okay, it's very important. So it's S. Suarez, Diego. Yes, thank you so much for your help. We've been doing some research about the 221G. Don't worry about it. Do you think is it going to be okay? It's going to be fine. Okay. It's all good. Don't be crying. All you're doing, all you are doing is putting your visa interview first and your medical exam second. Either you have your medical exam first and your visa interview second, or it doesn't matter it's preferred to get the medical exam done first. But if it's booked out, you can't do it. That's out of your control. So you go to the visa interview, you go to the biometrics, you go to the visa interview, you get it done. They will take your passport. They'll put you in a 221G hold. It'll say refusal. It's not refused. It's on hold. Get the medical done. Go back with the medical exam. Hello, here's my medical exam. Don't open it. It's in a sealed letter. And then a couple of days later, you're going to get an email from the embassy saying your visa's approved. That's easy. I'll help you through this. I've seen this over and over and over. Vama Kana, can you be working while waiting for the green card? If yes, what is the steps? Well, Varma, you can apply for an EAD, which is an employment authorization document. If you want to work before your green card arrives, apply for an EAD. You'll get the EAD, but then right after that, you're going to get the green card. Do not work without an EAD or a green card. If you do, you're going to create problems, okay? Ramon Galado. Oh, hello, Diego and Karina. ¿Cómo está? Muy bien. We are good, Ramon. Muy bien. Gracias. Karina happy as a clam. Okay? Karina muy feliz.
Sí, mucho.
I'm here. Our cat is happy. Our cat Tokyo hadn't seen me for a year almost, and he's like, "Oh, you're back? About time. What took you so long?" Let's see. Gary Higgins. Diego, have you heard anything about when St. Luke's in Manila will have the Ingram test for K2? That's all we're waiting for now. We'll have the Ingram test. What's an Ingram test? I know what a sputum test is. An Ingram test for K2. So that's for the kids. That's a new one on me. So tell me what the Ingram test is. I'll find out for you. But right now, I don't know. I'll find out. Mohammed Fahel, thank you. I'm in Qatar, beautiful Qatar. I received my case number, now waiting for the embassy. Okay, that's good. And we say hi to everybody in Qatar, our friends in Qatar. Ramon Galado, I am going to Bogotá next week. Ramon, I know. Próxima semana, señor aquí. Next week, you're going to be in Bogotá. Now, remember, November is the rainy, cold month. November, it's going to be raining, and it rains every day in November. It's the rainy month. Okay? Remember, I lived here for a year and a half, and I made a video about the weather of Bogotá, of Colombia, of Bogotá. I made a video about it. Ramon, so you're going to be in Bogotá. Well, we look forward to having you in Bogotá. Now, don't forget, Ramon, Bogotá is 10,300 feet above sea level. When you get here, you might feel tired. You might feel lazy. You may slow down. Your body will slow down. It's okay. It's normal because its altitude is so high up here. You're up in the mountains. Craig Williams, hello, Diego. My fiance went for her interview on October 31st and received a 221G admin processing. They didn't ask any further information. We were perplexed in the meantime. Well, they got to tell you what's the 221G for. They got to tell you what do they need more documents? Is it for a security check? They got to tell you what it's for. You can't be just sitting there wondering. They have to say what it is. Nikita, that's wonderful to hear. Best wishes to you and Karina. Thanks, Nikita. Craig Williams kept her passport. Okay, Craig, listen up. If they kept your beneficiary's passport, that means her visa is approved. She's good. A 221G means that they're just doing a little bit more paperwork. It's just taking maybe a few more days to get your visa processed. You're good, Craig. Go to sleep tonight and relax. Ramon Galado, my NOA1 letter, December 16th, 2022. Okay. Jose Apolinar, Ramirez. Hi, Diego. Congratulations that you and Karina are together. Oof, yes. Man, 1 year. It was about almost a year we were separated. But you know what? In that 1 year, we kept doing videos. I kept making videos from Florida. Karina was here waiting. Espera. But this is a process. And if you understand the process, you're gonna make it through it. Let's see. Jose Apolinar Ramirez, dear Diego, congratulations that you and Karina are together. I'm going to Santo Domingo in a few days, okay, to be with my fiance. God bless both of you, and to you also, Jose. And you have a safe flight to Santo Domingo, which is next to Haiti, which is about, it's not far from here, actually. Adelfo in Mexico, okay. In Mexico, your beneficiaries going to go to Ciudad Juarez or Mexico City. Miguel, how is Karina's English? Is she studying her English? Miguel, pregunto para ti. ¿Tú aprendes inglés?
Sí, paso.
She said she's studying. It takes time, guys. It took me 2 years to get to this level of Spanish. But when she gets to the United States, everything's in English. Well, in Florida, it's Spanish and English, but majority is in English. So she'll learn quickly. I learned Spanish quickly living in Colombia. By the virtue that I live here for a year and a half, I had to learn Spanish. There's nothing in English. Nobody speaks English here. Nobody. So I had to learn. Ryan Milton. Hey, my girl is in Ethiopia and wants a K1 visa to come to be with you. I have a felony from when I was a teenager, but while I was in rehabilitated, got 7 certifications, and I'm in college working security. Well, Ryan, if you got hired by security as a security job, then they weren't worried about your felony conviction, right? Because you had to get a background check for your security job. So when you file your K1 visa, make sure you write a very strong letter of explanation why you got a felony when you were a kid, and make sure you get your court records and put them in your K1 visa package, so that you are totally transparent with what happened, and then immigration will then look at it from there. Okay, now I can't promise anything, but I'm pretty sure you'll be okay as long as you are transparent and explain it, and it wasn't a felony to do with domestic violence against kids or women. That's what they look at very closely. Ryan Milton, what can we do? Ryan, what can you do? What can we do? You can file for your K1 visa, but just listen to what I told you. Get your court records, write a letter of explanation, and sign it and date it. Make sure you explain what happened. And try to get some affidavits from people that can back up what you say, back up your story. That way, immigration can say, okay, it's not just you, other people agree with what happened. Jacob Myers, satire is the best. Ryan Milton, we have been together for 4 months and now want to get married. What should we do? Okay, well, here's what I would do. If you've been together for 4 months, I would wait 6 more months before filing your K1 visa. You want to have at least 11 months, 12 months under your belt together before you file your K1 visa. So, Ryan, go get your court records. Okay, get them all squared away. Write a strong letter. Don't date it right now, and then in 6 to 8 months from now, file your K1 visa. Don't file it right now. You've been together 4 months. How many times have you been together? How many times have you seen each other? How much time have you spent together? I mean, unless you have a baby together, you got to have a long time. At least, my recommendation is before you file your K1 visa, be together for a year, at least, with 2 trips back and forth to the country. Just my opinion. I mean, I'm not saying that's what you got to do, but that's what I recommend if you want to get it approved strongly without any hassle at the embassy. Let me see. Bud Garcia. Oh, wait a second. I don't want to miss anybody, guys. This is important stuff here, because if I miss somebody's question, then that's not good. And Noah, Rochelle, thanks for that super chat. Much appreciated. I appreciate you. We both do. We're gonna eat good this month on you guys. Chopper Holly, he gave us some fantastic super chats in the past. So we're gonna go eat steak. Probably tomorrow, Sunday. Yeah, probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's the big market in Bogota. They have a big market. So tomorrow's our steak day. We'll make a little video in the restaurant. Renoir, hey you guys, hope all is well. My fiance has moved and is worried which address he should use for the DS160. This will be his third time his family has moved during our process. You use the address Renoir on the DS160 where your beneficiary and your sponsor live right now. Not where you lived yesterday, where you live today. When you're filling out the DS160, where does he live? Where does your beneficiary live? Where? That's the address you put. Don't worry, it's no big deal. Immigration, don't worry about it. They just want to make sure the address is correct. BYE, hi Diego and Karina. I have news. No more waiting and waiting and waiting. No more waiting. Finally, I have my interview. Well, good. In Guatemala. I told you were going to get it, right? November 27th. We are so excited. Thank you, Diego, for all your help. You are welcome. Karina, Senor, cita in Embajada de Guatemala. November. Right? It's good. Guatemala, all the way. Jacob Myers, why couldn't the Philippines allow the interview and do a 221G hold while waiting for the stupid Sputin test? Because they won't do that on a Sputin test. Okay? Going, having a medical exam, having your visa interview, then your medical exam after is one thing. But the Philippines, the US government and the Philippines joined together and said, you got to have a Sputin test. So get it done. You just wait it out. You're going to Hong Kong. You're going on vacation. Don't worry about it. Kinza Zane. Hi, Diego and Karina. Hi, Kinza. Edward Tubman Jr. Hi, Diego from Liberia. Liberia on the west coast of Africa. Central Africa, west coast, right? How long does it take to get a K1 interview at the U.S. Embassy in Liberia? 6 weeks to 12 weeks. Right in there. AJ, good to see you and good to see you, Diego, and your beautiful Karina. Isn't she beautiful? Man, I lucked out. She's tired, guys. Karina has been working all day, washing clothes, cleaning the apartment, packing stuff, sorting stuff out, getting ready to go to Florida. It's been a busy day, and then I make her sit on the live stream so you guys can see it, because I know you like to look at Karina and say hi to her. Life in North Carolina. Hello, Diego. Watching from Greensboro, North Carolina. Fardous Mohammed. Hi, Diego. I filed in April 2023. What do you think? When they're gonna when they something my fiance visa? Okay, you filed in April of 2023, so March of 2024, you should get your NOA2 letter. February or March, right in there. Okay, so next spring. So hang out with us, and we'll pull you over the finish line. Okay, we'll pull you over the finish line. Bud Garcia, hello Diego and Karina. Do you know what the time frame for the interviews for Bangkok, Thailand? It's like 2 months, 8 weeks. Okay, they're busy. Thailand's pretty busy. Colombia's busy. I was lucky I got the last visa interview for November, and that's like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I jumped on it. Francois Livingston, can't keep going back and forth due to work and so costly to fly to Abu Dhabi. I agree. It is. That has me somewhat worried a little. We do a little video chat. We do a lot of video chats, numerous phone calls each day, and texting. Francois, make sure you keep a screenshot of your video chats of at least 3 times a week. Screenshot it, print it. 3 times a week. Screenshot it, print it. Screenshot it, print it. Collect all those chats. And I did that for the first year that I was dating Karina. And I got them in the closet back there. It's a stack like this, you know. You're good, Francois. Let's see here. Francois, it took 2 weeks. Could you please retouch the subject of how many times the sponsor is supposed to visit her fiance? I would say at least twice before you file the K1 visa. I took 2 weeks off work about 8 months ago, 23 hours each way on a plane. I was there for 8 days. That's good. You qualify for the visa. Now you just got to make sure you prove that to immigration with your chats, and you do that by printing them. I was in the same boat. I was working as a land surveyor, so every time I talked to Karina, I screenshotted it or whatever. I printed it, and I had 12 months worth. Gary Higgins, Diego, the Ingram test is a blood test for TB. Okay, for the K2. Okay, so that's what that is. We was told they did not have anymore and would contact us when they were available. Okay, so now I understand. So in the Philippines, they do a TB test called an Ingram test, and it's a blood test. And right now they're just waiting for whatever it is they use in the Ingram test to test for TB to come in to the doctor's office. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to take long. It's not going to be a long time. You're not going to wait a long time. It's medical. Medical is high priority. Francois Livingston, can't keep going back and forth. I know it's expensive. Francois, you're going to be okay. You're going to get your visa. Okay. Let's see here. Craig Williams, thank you, Diego. Trust me, we lost sleep over the 221G and did not indicate anything about the issue. You two are looking good together. Thanks again. I will let you know when it happens. Craig, don't worry about that 221G. You're good. You're good. And Karina, we're just waiting for the scary visa interview on November 16th, which is what, 2 weeks away? So, we're going to have a practice interview at the table here in the kitchen. Okay, we're going to sit around the kitchen table. I'm going to be the scary immigration officer, and I'm going to throw all these questions at her in Spanish and see how she can handle it. But it's no big deal, guys. Athena, hello, happy you are together. May God bless you. You also, Athena. Francois, I plan on going to Abu Dhabi as it gets close for him to come to the U.S. and fly back together. That's good. That's the way to do it. That's what we did. We're going to fly back together. We're flying from Bogotá to Miami. Then I'm going to rent an SUV. I'm not flying. We got a cat. We can't stick up the cat. I can't put a cat in an airplane from Miami to Pensacola. The plane's too small. So I'm going to rent an SUV. And plus it means that our luggage will go from Bogotá to Miami one direction. It won't get lost somewhere, hopefully. Raymond Galado, I have been to Bogotá, Colombia 5 times to see my fiance. Ramon, make sure you got all those boarding passes, all the receipts, everything, your credit card receipts, everything. Make sure you got it all documented. Keep it all. Keep it all. Renoir, thank you, no problem. Edward Tubman Jr. Hi, Diego. I got my case number July 18th, 2023, but it's taken a long time from Liberia. You need to email the embassy twice a month, okay, to maintain contact. If you have your case number from the embassy, you got to keep in contact with the embassy and do an inquiry to the National Visa Center too. Print those emails. That will extend your visa, automatically extends it. Okay, got it? Nick, Diego, when will I get an OA2 letter? Because my case was approved October 30th. Well, that was 11, 12, 13 days ago. You should receive it what's today, Saturday? Next week, you'll get it in the mail. And if you don't get it by the end of next week, you need to contact USCIS and ask them to resend it to you. Francois Livingston, did you find any Mountain Dew in Bogotá? Karina found some Mountain Dew in a supermarket called Éxito. And es nombre Carulla?
Carulla, Éxito.
And más? Okay, so she found it in two supermarkets. So tomorrow morning, we're going to get up early and we're going to go on a Mountain Dew hunt. Okay? Because right now I'm having to survive on Coca-Cola. Now, I like Coca-Cola too. But I'm a Mountain Dew connoisseur. Okay? So we're gonna go tomorrow early in the morning and find the Mountain Dew, and I have it sitting right here. Danny, Diego, can you get a marriage license with a passport, or do you need to first apply for a social security number? You don't need a social security number to get a marriage license. You need a passport. You just got to identify who you are. Okay? Karina and I will go to the government office in Santa Rosa County. Get the marriage. She'll show her Venezuelan passport. That's Karina. I'll show my Florida driver's license. That's Jeff. That's, Diego is my, whoever it is. That's Stephen. That's Sharon. Okay? You show your ID. Your beneficiary will show her passport or her cedula. Karina could show her Venezuelan cedula. It's a picture ID. She could show her Colombian cedula, picture ID. You get the marriage license, you get married, and then you apply, and then you go get your social security number. Now, Whoopslap said you can get your social security number without getting married. But I strongly recommend you get married first. You don't, what if you go get your beneficiary social security number, and then she doesn't want to marry you? She's got, don't get married first. Get married first. Let me see here. I don't want to miss anybody. Alexa Digital, God bless you. Dios los bendiga siempre. Always. Thank you. Also, always for you, para ti. Ryan Redwood, how long to get an interview in Jamaica? It's probably 4 weeks. I've been seeing 4 weeks. Let me see here. Angel Tate, hi Diego and Karina. I'm still waiting on NOA 2. I understand. October 2022. So you're at 13 months. It took 13 and a half months for us to get our NOA 2 letter. So you're real close. You're right at the finish line. Not much longer, Angel Tate. Relax. Just don't sweat it. You got it. Play. Where is the interview scheduled in Ethiopia? On the consulate or the SIAC? I made an account before directions in the consulate. Will us have a cancellation on the interview? Okay, you schedule your visa interview from the packet 3, packet 4 email. The U.S. Embassy sends you an email with directions. You need to bring these documents to the visa interview, and you need to click on this link right here to schedule your visa interview. That link you click on is going to be to the SIAC account. You click on the SIAC account or U.S. Travel Docs, whatever you want to call it. You go in there and you do the DS-160 and you schedule the visa interview. But you got to follow the directions from the email on the packet 3, packet 4 letter. They're not going to cancel you out. Amy, one of the requirements for 221G evidence of relationship. Do you think statement from friends and family is enough? Because we sent all the evidence before. Okay, evidence of relationship is get 4 affidavits, 4 letters of affidavit. If you're in a 221G status, you need 4 letters of affidavit from family and friends. Okay. Did you keep the receipts from financial support? Did your sponsor send you money every month? Even if you didn't need the money, your sponsor should still send money every month as evidence of financial support, which is evidence of the relationship. Okay. Karina has a fantastic job. She makes good money. She doesn't need money. Okay. She's good. But every month I send her money. And then I kept a copy of the Western Union receipts. And then we prepared for proof of ongoing relationship. Financial support is proof of ongoing relationship. But you need 4 affidavits of support letters, 4 letters of affidavit from friends and family, okay, to testify to your relationship. All right. If you can get friends from your from your beneficiary's home country to write 2 letters of affidavit of relationship is real, get it done in the language of the country, then translate it into English and get it notarized. That's 6 letters you'll have total. And then whatever else you can prove, plane tickets to go visit each other, financial support, pictures together after you sent the K1 visa in. Play is talking to Milton. Bye. Diego, is Karina okay? I can see her sad, tired, or unhappy. Tu triste, mi amor?
No,
Pregunta.
no,
Tú eres cansado o triste?
no.
Karina,
Mi cara.
Karina, Karina is her normal. That's her normal personality. Just chilled out, maxed out, chilled out, hanging out. She got better things to do than sit here with me. Okay, you know what's going through her head right now? Well, she wants to make empanadas.
Mhm.
She's she's saying, I got to make empanadas, and then she's thinking, I got to sort out I got all my clothes I got to sort out for my Florida trip. What am I going to leave? What am I going to give away? She got a lot of stuff going through her head. Okay, going through a K1 visa process is not easy. You know, it's easy for me. I've done it twice. But Karina, she's going to leave her country. She's leaving, you know, Colombia for the United States. She got a lot of stuff to learn. She got to learn how to drive a car. You know, but she's good. Uh, Denise Jefferson, hello Diego and Karina. You say be together for a year before you file. I met my beneficiary in June 2022, met in person in November 2022, filed in January 2023. So you met in June of 2022, met in November, June, November, December, January. So you got 2 years. So we have met twice since. So we have since met twice. You're good. If you met each other twice in a 10-month period, like you were in right now, you got nothing to worry about. You're perfectly good. As long as you got the plane tickets, you included the plane tickets in your K1 visa for both trips, right? When you went back and forth twice, you included plane tickets, hotel receipts, whatever. If you put together a strong visa package, 10 months together is fine. I mean, there's people in the United States that meet each other, and get married in 2 weeks. So immigration, understand, it's not an easy process. So you are perfectly fine, Denise Jefferson. You're good. You're good. 2 trips, you're good. Francois Livingston, a super chat from Francois Livingston, and I didn't even see it. It just popped up. This channel is a godsend, Francois. I would have to say God is in control of our lives, but this isn't a religious channel. It's not political. It's a K1 visa channel, but God is in control of our visa process. So that's why we don't worry. Dios in control, no preocupe. See?
Sí,
Okay. You got it, Francois. Thanks for that super chat, by the way. I tell you, you guys keeping us fed this month, okay? Because I want to take Karina to eat tomorrow in a restaurant with Chopahali steak money. Because in central Bogotá, there's a steak restaurant that was created when Bogotá was beginning, when the Spanish conquistadors invaded South America and they made it to Bogotá. Then they created the little town there, and that's where a steakhouse is at, right where the beginnings of this city started, and that's where we're going to eat on Chopahali's super chat money tomorrow. Play. To Consala. No, she got a lot of stuff in her mind going on. She's like, man, I got stuff going on. So Janice Jefferson, you're good. You're fine. Your timeline is about the same as my first K1 visa timeline. Your K1 visa time is the same as the one I did the first time in 2016. It's pretty close. And I got approved. So you're good. Ivis Ordonez. Hi, hola Diego and Karina. Mucha suerte en una entrevista. Thank you. Gracias. Muchas gracias por la información. De nada. Thank you. No problem. De nada. Antonio Clark. Hello, sir. I'm not sir. My dad is sir. I'm Diego. I'm not sir. I was sent someone else's welcome letter, and I called the Dominican Republic Embassy, and she said to send an email to them, and they would expedite my case as I'm waiting on my welcome letter. There you go. Antonio, you got to remember, immigration officers are people. They're humans. They're human beings. And we are not perfect, and we all make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. But you fixed it. Gary Higgins, I appreciate all your advice, and maybe one day I can fly down in my Cessna and take you both on a trip. Well, that would be cool. Flying in a Cessna, it's pequeño avión. That's great, Gary. We appreciate that. Jacob, I know I shouldn't worry. Jacob, you've been worrying for a whole year on this channel. You've been worrying and worrying and worrying. And every time you worry, the thing you worry about never happens, right? But my goal is to drive myself crazy. You're doing good. You're getting there for a little time to get that terrier date. Then I'll calm down. Jay, I hope you can. You hear the ambulance in the background? Sorry, guys. Tess and Rocco. Hello, good here from Philippines. That's good. Nice to see you both together. I'm still waiting for the sputum test. Will be done December 14th. Yes, that's what. You got a couple more weeks. You get through it. You're going to get this done. Let me see here. Lots of questions. Player talking. Nick, Diego, do you have the wait time for K1 visa interview at Mumbai? It's about 2 months. Jacob, Tess, you don't have interview date, right? Kamira 1. Hi, Diego and Karina from Boston, Massachusetts. What time is it over there? It's 7:44 p.m. So basically, the timeline here is U.S. Central Time. Okay? Now, on November 5th, the clocks fall back. Okay? So in Central Time, the clocks fall back an hour, November 5th. So when I do the live stream on Wednesday, doing a live stream during the day, 11:30 in the morning, is practically impossible. You got music blaring from this store. You got traffic noise. It's almost impossible to do a live stream, guys, during the day. Okay, so don't get mad if I'm not on in the mornings. But when we get to Florida, we'll continue the live streams like we have before. Let's see here. Jacob Myers, Tess, you don't have to interview day. Come on. What time is it here? It is 7:45 p.m. here. Come on. Ahmed Difar. Hi, Diego. Let me see here. Just a question. 2 weeks ago, welcome letter. What do I have to do now? My case is in transit. Okay, now you're going to wait for the ready status. Your case is in transit. You're going to wait for the ready status from the embassy. Relax. Get the ready status. When you get the ready status, you write a little nice email to the embassy. Hello, Mr. Immigration Officer. This is so-and-so. I'm checking in. This is my case number. This is my beneficiary's name. This is her passport number. And this is me, the sponsor. And send it to the embassy. They'll get it. That extends your NOA2 letter. Boom. Okay? That extends it. The consular officer's not going to put you in a timeout. And then you're going to wait for your packet 3 and packet 4 email from the embassy, and they will tell you what to do. They'll tell you how to process. Denise Jefferson, USCIS is not aware of the second trip. Do you think that this will likely be an RFE, trying to be proactive? Probably not. I doubt you've qualified for the benefits so far. I mean, what you need to do though is bring that second trip to the embassy interview. You'll get your NOA2 letter. You're not going to have a problem, okay? But when you go to the embassy interview in Nigeria, or when your beneficiary does, make sure that he's got that evidence of your second trip, because he is going to get a question. You're not going to get an RFE, but he's going to get this question at the embassy interview. How many times has Denise been to visit with you? And then he's going to say twice. And then the immigration officer is going to know that he only has evidence of one trip. He's going to ask for the evidence of the second trip. Trust me on this, okay? Trust me. So then your beneficiary is going to say, here you go. Here's the boarding passes over a visit. Here's the hotel receipts. Here's the dinner dates we went on. Here's evidence of our second trip. Here's the photos of us together. Immigration officer is going to go, okay, boom, you're good. So no, I don't think you're going to get an RFE because you qualify for the benefit. And somebody just dropped another super chat on us, guys. Ahmed Difar, super chat from Ahmed. Thank you, Ahmed, guys. Tomorrow I'm going to get all this put into pesos, and we're going to go on a Mountain Dew hunt. Karina said she found some Mountain Dew in the supermercado. I don't have a clue where it is. So we're going to go find it tomorrow. So thank you for that super chat. I don't want to miss anybody's questions, okay? Denise Jefferson is talking to play. That's encouraging. I'm not sure we could have done the weight without the guidance of Diego and Karina. Denise, you're going to get through this. We're here for you, okay? We're here for you. You're gonna get your visa. You just gotta work through this process. Mumbai, there's a question right there. Francois Livingston. I didn't mean anything religious. No, we are. We're strong Christians, okay? But we don't. But that's our business. We don't care what your religion is, whether you're Jewish, Muslim, Christian, Hindu. We don't care. What we care about is your K1 visa, and you're getting it in your passport, and we're going to help you. Okay. Let me see here. Denise Jefferson's talking to play. Jacob Myers, Diego, LMAO. Now, what does that mean? Throughout the year, I've had some legit worries, even had times when you agreed, like contacting my senators and stuff in the past. Yeah, you listened to me, right? I was calm for this short period when I had dates. Jacob, you listened to me, you took my advice, and you got through it. Ramon Gallardo, my NOA1 letter is December 16th of December. Okay, so probably by this month, you get your NOA2 letter, Ramon. This month. Ramon, I hope so. Thank you. JD, hi Diego. Working on adjustment of status papers. Okay, you're applying for the green card. It's also all offline papers or anything or fill offline. Everything's offline for adjustment of status, okay? You don't upload anything for the green card. Nothing, zero. No documents. You go into uscis.gov/forms. You look for form I-485, USCIS form I-484, and USCIS form 693. You fill them out, and the 693 is for the doctor if you have to have a second medical exam. If the Border Patrol kept your medical exam for your beneficiary, he took it or she took it, you got to get a second medical exam. Do not file for your green card. Do not file for your green card without vaccination records, a medical exam, affidavit of support, the I-485 form, which is the application, and put your beneficiary on every single thing you can think of that ties you guys together. Okay, when Karina gets to Florida, she's going on the title to the car. She's going on the house. She's going on the gas bill. She's going on the water bill. She's going on the homeowners association. She's going to go on my credit card. She's going on the bank. We're going to get a social security number. She'll be on the bank. I want to let her loose with a credit card in Walmart. See what happens. That would be entertaining. Put her on everything. Don't send your adjustment of status paperwork to immigration until you have thoroughly checked over those documents thoroughly. No spelling mistakes, no typos. You didn't mess up the date of birth. You didn't mess up the name. You didn't mess up anything. Because if there's any problems on the 485, immigration is going to send it back in an RFE. Denise Jefferson's talking to play, tranquilo. La próxima vez para tu entrevista. Okay, so he's talking to, okay, no problem. I don't care what language you speak in here, guys. Jacob Myers super chat for my worries and venting sessions. Jacob, you've got this. Jacob, when you get your K1 visa done and you're flying back to the United States with your future husband, guess what? All this worrying is going to be for nothing. But you would have made it through it. You're going to make it through it. You know, I'm here in Bogotá, Colombia. My body doesn't like being at 10,300 feet. Karina has to keep wake. Hey, so you sleeping? Wake up. I'm like, man, I can't hardly breathe. The altitude's so high. And in a week from now, I'll be used to it. Ahmed Defar, that's me. Let's see here. JD, how about travel within the States while waiting for the green card? So my 90 days expires December 27th, and I have tickets booked for another state. You can travel within the United States in the green card process. When Karina gets to Florida, we're going to get all this paperwork stuff sorted out first. Social Security number, get married, all that jazz. Then we're going on our honeymoon after we get married to Nevada. We're going to Las Vegas, but we're going to go drive around Nevada or rent a car. We're not going to stay in Las Vegas, but the hotels are pretty good there. We're going to drive around, you know. Let's see. Play. They are very encouraging. It's been a long journey for all of us. It's really hard. Yeah. Guys, you've been with me on live streams by myself in Florida. Karina was here in Colombia. It sucked. It was hard. Okay. 11 months went by, and guess what? Here I am at the end of this process. You guys will get to the end of this process too. This is my second time, guys. I went through it, I went through an IR1 visa for 18 months. You know, you learn patience in the Navy. I was in the Navy for 20 years. I learned patience going to sea on a ship. You know, go out to. We left from, let's say, we went to Sardinia. Then we went to I don't know, Marseille, France, Ibiza, blah, whatever. And everybody's counting days on their calendars. We've been at sea for 30 days. I'm like, guys, what are you doing? Why are you counting days? Why don't you just read a book? Read a book and go to your drills. Okay, quit counting days. The ship is going from point A to point B, and we'll get there when we get there. You're in a K-1 visa process. You're going to go from point A to point B to point C to point D. Each point takes a different time frame for everybody. You'll get there. And JD, you can travel within the United States with your beneficiary. Ramon Galado, Diego, do you guys know where is the best bandeja paisa in Bogotá? Mismo pregunta para ti. No. Número uno. Bandeja paisa. Pregunta para ti.
No lo sé.
We don't know.
No lo sé.
In Bogotá, sí. Karina knows the best place in Medellin because she went there on vacation, but we don't know in Bogotá. Francois Livingston, my second trip to see my fiance will be when I go to close the finish line. Yeah, close to the finish line. That's right. Is that okay? Sure. Perfectly fine. Because you know why? You can take that evidence of your trip, and the immigration officer is going to ask you, or your beneficiary, excuse me, when was the last time you saw your sponsor? Well, she's right here. The immigration officer is going to ask Karina, when was the last time you saw your sponsor, Diego? Well, he's standing right here. And I show my ID. Hey, hello, here's my driver's license. What do you want to see? My passport, my driver's license. What do you want to see? You want to see my concealed weapon permit? I'm kidding. I'm right with her. You're good. So, Ramon, we don't know the best place for that in Bogotá. Ahmed Defar. So how do I know my case is in transit to the MDC? Email me, or U.S. Embassy email me. You can check your status online. Check it online. Just check it. Go into your online account and look at it. Okay? It's easy stuff, guys. Alfred Rambert. My fiance lived in Venezuela for a few years. Okay, so you are? Okay, you understand? Okay. But wasn't there legally. Does he need to obtain a police certificate from Venezuela? She's a citizen of Colombia. Well, that's a tricky question. Number one, was she there for 6 months or longer? And if she was, then she's going to need a police certificate. Okay? Even if she was there illegally. Because she has a Colombian passport, right? Alfred, she's got a Colombian passport. Are there any stamps in her Colombian passport that identify her as being in Venezuela? Is there anything in there that says she went back? Alfred, yes. Okay, so immigration's going to see that in the passport. So, no, yes or no? Alfred, let me ask you this again. Yes, is she lived in Venezuela longer than 6 months? No, is there's no evidence of this or anywhere, even in her passport. Then my recommendation is this, okay? Get her Colombian cedula number Because if she ever had any trouble with the police in Venezuela, the Venezuelan police would have taken her Colombian cedula, entered it into the computer, and pressed the charges against her on her Colombian cedula number. Okay? What she needs to do is punch in her Colombian cedula number for the Venezuelan police, and whatever comes up, you print. It's going to say no record, right? And it's going to say Venezuelan, it's going to have the Venezuelan police emblem on it. Use that and you're good. Okay? You got it? Use her Colombian cedula number, punch it in, and it will spit out no record. What is this? This person doesn't exist in Venezuela. You got it? That means that she never got in trouble when she was there. That's what I recommend you do. You got it? All right. Good job. Ramon. Let me see. Jacob, I'll keep calm till probably the last week of November. Okay, so you got 3 more weeks to go, man. Then I will be checking every 30 minutes for an interview slot to see if anyone else got screwed with the sputum test. Probably lots and lots and lots of people, Jacob. We're all in this same boat together, okay? We're all in the same boat. You will be good. Now, Alfred, one thing to also for you guys, this is important. Your beneficiary needs to write a letter in Spanish that she was in Venezuela from this time to this time without documents. Don't say illegally, just say without documents. She needs to write a letter of explanation, okay, so that there's total transparency. Immigration won't get mad at her for that, okay? Write a letter. I, so-and-so, lived in Venezuela from this time to this time. I didn't get documents, and I did my police check, and there's no record. And then print that no record document from the Venezuelan police. Okay. Jonathan Bolton. Hello, everybody. What's up, Jonathan? And Las Barreras. Hi, Diego. So the welcome letter comes from the MVC. Yes, it's called FTP1. Okay. Now, if you are in Colombia right now waiting for a medical exam, or if you are right now in Colombia and you have to have a medical exam for your K1 visa, you got to print the K1 FTP1 email from the MVC for the doctor. Plus, you got to print the email that lists the people who are going to be on the K1 visa. Alfred, well, look at you. Well, thank you, sir. Gracias. Corinne said, thank you. Guys, you're going to keep us fat and happy while we're with these super chats. Thank you, Alfred, for that super chat. But when you go to the medical exam in Bogotá, you got to have the K1 FTP email, which is the welcome letter from the MVC, which shows the case number. You got to print the email that lists the travelers. Okay, that comes when you submit the DS-160. Those 2 emails you got to have to get the medical exam done in Bogotá. Okay, on the email from the doctor in Bogotá, it's going to say MVC letter of something, letter of whatever. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the K1 FTP1 letter. Jacob, that's how the slot's open. Jacob, I'm 90% positive. Okay. Life in North Carolina. Me and you, Jacob, my eyes are in the same boat for Manila. Jonathan Bolton, buenas noches, Karina. Jonathan.
Buenas noches.
Now, guys, Karina is shy also. She's a shy person. Okay. Muy tímida. So it's difficult for her to be here sitting next to me talking to the whole world about K1 visas. She would much rather be over here cooking up some empanadas. But I'm making her sit here so you guys can chat with her too. Jacob's talking to Life in North Carolina. And Alfred, thank you for that super chat. Alfred, make sure your beneficiary writes a letter to the address to the U.S. Embassy in Bogotá, Colombia visa unit. My name is, this is my Colombian scheduler number. I lived in Venezuela from this date to this date without documentation. Don't say illegal, without documentation. And the Venezuelan government, I was never in any trouble, and use her Colombian scheduler number for the Venezuelan police certificate. It's going to come up with nothing, and then that covers her. Okay. Jonathan Bolton, I already shared my good news with Diego. Yeah, you did already, but I've just found out that my I-130 has been. Yeah, his I-130 got approved. Everybody, give a high five to Jonathan. Alfred, thank you. Jacob, our results come in December 15th. December 15th, we'll probably be in Florida, walking along the beach, looking at the dolphins.
Oh, I see.
Let's see here. Denise Jefferson, Diego, are you still going to ask for 2 copies of Karina's medical? Will you open one? No, if I get 2 copies of her medical exam, I'm not going to open any of it. That's private. I know all about her medical history. I don't need to open it up. But if the doctor gives us 2 copies, that means I'm probably. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get Karina a second medical exam in Florida. Okay, even if we've got the second copy from the medical doctor here in Bogota, I'm going to get her a second medical exam in Pensacola and put that in her green card processing package, adjustment of status. I'm covering every base. But no, I'm not going to look in Karina's medical exam. Ahmed Defa, okay, last question. How can I check my case online if I don't have an application number or ID number for DS-160? You don't need an application number. So can I fill out the DS-160 before ready status? No. You get the ready status, then you wait. You send an email to the embassy. Once you get the ready status, you send the email to the embassy and say, hey guys, I'm checking in. This is my case number. This is my beneficiary. This is her full name. This is her passport number, her date of birth, so they can track her. And then you wait for the packet 3, packet 4 email with the directions on how to process the visa. Athena, when do you get the email from the embassy? My case has been ready for more than a week, and I haven't gotten it. I need it for the medical exam. Sweden. Okay, so Sweden. Okay, so Stockholm, right? That's the embassy in Stockholm. So let's see here. So you've been ready status for a week. It takes 2 to 3 weeks for the embassy in Stockholm, Sweden, to email you back with the packet 3, packet 4 email. Give them a maximum of 2 more weeks. But what I would do is send them an email at Athena to Stockholm, the embassy in Stockholm, say, hey, this is Athena, this is my case number, this is my passport number, this is my full name, this is my date of birth, this is my sponsor, full name, first, middle, last name, and ask them for the next step. Now you already know the next step because you're hanging out with us on the YouTube channel. But ask them for the next step, and then they will send you the packet 3, packet 4. Then you can get to work on processing your DS-160 and your visa, scheduling your visa interview. Alfred, got it. Okay, there you go, Alfred. I just saved you a massive headache. The embassy here just want to see transparency. That's all. K Messenger, look at you, man, out of nowhere. Mi amor.
Gracias.
Man, I tell you what, that's 2 steak dinners at our restaurant. Oh, that's 2 Mexican dinners at your favorite Mexican restaurant at the Andino Mall, which is in the Central Commercial.
Gracias.
Thank you, K Messenger. Thank you. But the main thing is you guys are learning stuff, right? You're learning how to do this. You're learning the process. You're learning not to worry, not to stress, not to worry about it. Other than Jacob, right? He can worry. He wants to worry. That's good. It helps him. Congratulations, Jonathan, from Ramon. Jacob, do any other countries require the wrath of the sputum test, Diego? Not that I'm aware of. The Philippines is the only country I know where you got to have a sputum test. Denise Jefferson, Diego, am I learning that if something is wrong during the medical, you don't necessarily get the packet until all is addressed? If something's wrong in the medical, the doctor will tell you if something's wrong right away and say you got to get this fixed. Like, you do a chest X-ray in the Manila St. Luke's Hospital Extension, and they say a little bit of inflammation there because you've got a cold. Then they say, well, it's got to be TB. Let's do a sputum test. So they'll tell you right away. They're not going to make you wait. Okay. And they're going to do a blood test early in the morning, November 8th. Karina's got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to stay in bed. I'm not getting up. She's going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go to the doctor's office, get her blood drawn, and they're going to do a blood test on her. So, Denise, if there's anything wrong during the medical exam, the doctor will address it right away, right that minute. Las Barreras, Diego, see, after I got the welcome letter from the NBC, just wait for the email from the embassy. That's right. Now, make sure you print 2 or 3 copies of that welcome letter from the National Visa Center. 2 or 3 copies. You're going to need that. Ahmed Defa, okay, got it. God bless you, Diego. You got it. And K Messenger, that's a heck of a super chat. I'm going to give you it's not a Mountain Dew salute because Karina found Mountain Dew today. So I'm going to drink some Coke. And also to Jonathan Bolton, just really appreciate all of your help. I'm sure I'll have a question as we begin our NVC process. Jonathan Bolton, I'm going to help you. Thank you for that super chat, by the way. We are going to help you through this process. Super chat, no super chat. We are here for you guys. We know this process is so difficult, and it drives people crazy sometimes, myself included. But the thing is, once you know the process, and a lot of people don't know what's going on, they're like, what do I do? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? Well, I know the answer already because I've been there and done that. Okay. I've had all of the immigration mud slung on me that you could imagine over the last 8 years. And now I got 2.5 weeks left until Karina gets her K1 visa. And are we going to go anywhere? Yeah, we're going to go to Florida. Are we going to leave you guys behind? Are we going to abandon you? No, we're going to keep the channel going. I'm going to keep it going. Okay. Karina told me, Karina created it. It was her idea. Karina's idea. And so we're going to keep the channel going for you guys. Denise Jefferson, wow, okay, Messenger, they are sure enough worth it. Well, thanks, Denise. It's the information I have in my head from this visa processing since 2016, actually 2015. In 2015, that's when I started, learning the process. I got it all up here. And instead of you guys paying an immigration attorney $100 an hour, okay, at $4,000 for a K1 visa package, just jump on the channel, watch the videos, and you get it done for free. And I'll answer your questions. And if I don't know the answer, guys, I'll find the answer for you. Let me see here. K Messenger, we received our NOA2 letter. Thank you for your help. There you go. There you go. Let's see. Nikki Okoli. Hi, Diego and Karina. I have 3 K2. Okay. So that's 3 K2, 3 children. I want to pay the visa fee for my beneficiary on Monday and pay K2 visa in 2 weeks. Can I look to interview only with the beneficiary visa fee? No. Listen to me. If you've got 3 K2s and a beneficiary, that's 4 people. Okay, you need to fill out 4 DS-160s and print those confirmation pages. You need to pay for 4 visa interviews, which includes the biometrics. You have to pay for 4 medical exams. Okay, you don't separate the interview days and this and that, pay this and pay this later. No, when you go in, when you get your letter K1, your packet 3, packet 4 letter from the embassy, they're going to tell you, now's the time to start this process. You go in and follow the directions. You fill out the DS-160. You print 4 DS-160 confirmation pages for 4 people. Okay? 3 kids and your future wife. 4 people. You fill out four. You got to do 4 interviews. Okay. Remember the three beneficiaries, the 3 K2s, and the beneficiary are all going to interview on the same day. Okay. But you got to do 4 separate DS-160s. Okay. You got it. You got that. It's important. If you don't, if you do what I'm thinking you're going to do here, it's going to mess it. It's going to create problems for you. And pay K2 visa in 2 weeks. No, you pay for the 4 visas on the same day. There's no spacing it out. The DS-160 is free. When you fill out the DS-160, it is absolutely free. But when you schedule the visa interview, that's when you're going to pay for the visa interview, and you're going to pay for 4 people. It's going to include 4 biometrics. If you only pay for 1 person, the 2 kids are going to be left out in the cold. Okay, you got it? Jacob, LOL Diego, my worrying comes out in my 1-hour wet vending sessions on Diego Livestream. Then I calm for a few days till the next live stream. Well, listen up. Today is what? Saturday? Is it Saturday? Always Saturday? Okay, today's Saturday. The next live stream is going to be Monday night at 7 p.m. I can't do a live stream during the day, guys. It's too noisy. We got over here, we got a store that sells mattresses, four stories down. But during the day, they got their music on to attract customers. And I can hear it. If I did a live stream during the day with that music playing, I'm going to get a copyright strike from YouTube because they're going to say I'm using somebody else's music. You're not going to be able to hear me. And I'm going to be getting irritated because I can't talk properly because of the noise. So we'll do the live streams on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 7 p.m. while I'm in Colombia. It's not going to be for long, 4 or 5 weeks, okay? Tisha Sweeney's World. Hi, Diego. I did my medical yesterday. Good. My 2 shoulder is in pain from those shots. And also do blood tests. So waiting on the results to send to the embassy and going to send my passport Monday. There you go. Yeah, those shots. When I was in the Navy, I went through boot camp. I walked down this line, this gauntlet. Boom, 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 boom. I was filled up with so much stuff. I had so many shots. I am immune to everything. Everything. You know, when COVID, if it came onto me, it would go, oh my gosh. This guy's vaxxed to the top. Good job, Tesla World. Jacob, I started a small agency while I was on vacation. I just need to launch fully when I get back to the United States. Well, good, my capitalist friend. I love to see that. To all of the beautiful people out there living in different countries, watching us from Sweden, from England, from Colombia, wherever you guys live. Karina's from Venezuela. When you get to the United States, don't be scared to open up a business, okay? This country was made on capitalist entrepreneurship. Don't be scared to start a business. You could be a millionaire in 3 years. Who knows? Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. He came from Austria on a work permit, a work visa that was sponsored by Joe Weider. He got his residency. And in 3 years, he was a millionaire. He started a construction company in Venice, California. You never know what you can do when you get to the United States. You never know what you can do unless you try. Kenneth, thanks for your assistance. We really appreciate it. No problem. Ruth Rada, do I need to fill out the I-134 affidavit online or just send it to my fiance? No, the I-134 is not an affidavit. The I-134 is a declaration of financial support. You go into USCIS.gov/forms. You look for I-134. Do not click on I-134A. That's for asylum seekers. Click on I-134. You fill it out. You fill out as much as you can. And some parts of it you can't fill out with the computer. You fill out everything you can on the computer. You print it. Whatever you couldn't fill out on the computer, you get a black ink pen and you fill it out neatly, like your employer's, where do you work? You got to handwrite that. Then you sign it and you date it and you get all your tax returns and all your financial documents together. You put it in a DHL envelope and you send it to your beneficiary, the original. Or you can do what I did, was I filled it out. I got on a plane and came to Bogotá and gave it to Karina and here's the paperwork. She's like, oh, thanks. You got it? Let's see. Do you understand, Ruth, on the I-134? You fill it out, call it up on your computer, fill it out on your computer, print it. Whatever you couldn't fill out with the computer, you handwrite neatly with a black ink pen. And you sign it and date it. Your beneficiary does not sign the I-134. The beneficiary does not touch the I-134. And the assets and the income is all going to be zero. Why? Because your beneficiary, he or she, is leaving Colombia, Uruguay, Philippines, India, whatever beautiful country you live in, you're leaving. Karina makes a lot of money as a managing ice cream stores. When I filled out the I-134, income, zero. Assets, zero. Karina has a house in Venezuela. I could have used that. I could have put that down as assets, but she doesn't live in Venezuela. It's irrelevant to immigration. Immigration couldn't care less about her house in Venezuela. They don't care. They want to know what house she's going to be living in Florida. Right? There you go. Let me see. Ramon Gallardo, how much do you pay for each person when you do the visa interview? Well, you pay, it's $265, I believe, off the top of my head, per person, and you pay it. I'm sorry about the noise in the background, guys. And you pay it when you follow the directions in your packet 3, packet 4 email. You pay it all in one shot. And that includes the biometrics. You don't pay, and now some embassies require you to go to a bank and pay it in person at a bank in cash, and then they give you a MERV receipt. Some embassies require you to do that, but most in the world require you do it online. Jacob, no issues with when you do the live stream, Diego. I'm saying I come to my therapy session with Diego while I can vent my worries. Well, I'm your K1 visa therapist. All right. Remember, I have been beaten over the head for 8 years by USCIS, the NBC, the U.S. Embassy in Bogotá. I have been put through the ringer, and guess what? I'm still here, and Karina's going to be in Florida very soon, and we're going to get married in December, not in January. I can't wait till January. It's impossible. I mean, can you imagine having your beautiful fiance right next to you and you aren't married yet? I can't do that. As soon as the plane hits the ground in Miami, I'll get a rental car, a rental SUV, get home. I'm down at the courthouse getting this stuff done. Let's see. Ruth Rada, my fiance's medical is on November 10th. Okay, no worries. Manila. And his interview is November 16th, so that gives you like a 6-day turnaround. Good. Do you think there's enough time? Yeah. How long before we get the medical exam results? Usually a couple of days. Francois Livingston, Karina, gracias por darnos una idea para este canal.
Sí, claro.
Okay, so
Para ustedes.
Huh?
Para ustedes.
She said also to you. I was asked to translate Karina's words. Okay, so Karina is good. She's getting English. She's getting it. She's understanding English. She's getting it. In a year from now, she's going to be speaking English. She's going to be at Walmart, listening to the checkout clerk, talking to the checkout clerk. Although I think she wants to do the self-checkout. I want to teach her how to do the self-checkout at Walmart. Amy, how long does it take to make a decision after the embassy receives the additional documents for the 221G? Probably about 3 minutes, 2 minutes. They look at the documents and they go, okay, you're approved. It's quick. K Messenger, hello, Diego. Now that we have our NOA2, we just hang out and wait for our welcome letter, correct? That's right. K Messenger, now you have your NOA2 letter. You're going to hang out with Diego and Karina on the channel, hang out with us, and we're going to guide you through this maze of immigration difficulties. We're going to guide you through it, okay? And we're going to get you through it, and you're going to be all right. Now you're going to wait for the NVC welcome letter. Give it 2 months to 3 months. Ramon Gallardo, thanks, Diego. De nada. Nay GN, hello, Diego. 1 month ago, NVC approved our case. How much longer will it take to schedule the CETA? I'm assuming the interviews, to schedule the interview. Well, if the NVC don't approve anything, nay GN, USCIS approves visas, the embassy approves visas. The NVC is just a clearinghouse for your visa to go from point A to the embassy. The NVC, all they do is create case numbers. Okay, that's it. And they also do a third check on the K1 visa package. Hold on, let me take a swig of Coca-Cola. So the NVC looks at your K1 visa package, they check it out, there's no mistakes. If there's a mistake, they send it back to USCIS. If it's a minor mistake that can be corrected at the embassy, they send it to the embassy with a note attached to say, hey, this visa needs to have this paperwork. So the NVC doesn't do anything except to sign a case number, okay? So your question is, it's hard to answer your question. So the NVC didn't approve anything, okay? How much longer will it take to schedule the interview? Well, you're gonna have to wait now for the embassy to contact you because the embassy is gonna be in control of it, okay? So wait for your ready status and your packet 3, packet 4 email from the embassy, okay? Forget about the NVC. They got nothing to do with your K1 visa other than assigning you a case number and then putting it in a box and mailing it to the embassy. That's all they do. Except if you're on a spousal visa, that's different. In a spousal visa, the NVC has a lot to do with controlling your visa. They schedule the interview for you. They make you upload all these copious amounts of documents. That could take months to get done right. Trust me, I've been there, done that. Ruth Ryder, thanks. Yes, that's what I did, okay? Just want to make sure we don't miss anything, praying that there's no problems and disputing. No. Jacob, my therapist, Mr. Therapist. That's me, right? That's you. You feel like my real pessimistic mind always gets 2 miles ahead of me. It's normal, guys, all of you watching right now, it's normal to have fears and trepidation about this K1 visa. It's normal. Immigration have created a process to make you scared. They want you scared. Do you know why? Because they want to make sure only real relationships make it through the process. If there's somebody not in a real relationship who's trying to snatch a green card from you, Mr. Sponsor, Ms. Sponsor, immigration has put together a process that's so difficult and so scary that helps eliminate a lot of those people. The people in real relationships then have to endure the brunt of this pessimism, this fear, this scariness. Okay? I'm just trying to tell you guys, if your relationship is real, if you put together a strong K1 visa package, you want to get married to each other and start a family or whatever, you're going to get your visa. You just got to qualify. How do you qualify? You got to meet the income requirements. Well, what if you don't meet the income requirements? Well, no big deal. You get a joint sponsor. Immigration is not trying to stop you from coming to the United States. If you don't make enough money, get a joint sponsor. What else do you have to qualify? You got to be single, divorced, or a widow, or an annulment. You got to prove that you are legally free and able to marry. Ooh, check. Okay. How do you do that? With a divorce decree, final. With a death certificate. All right. You got it? How else do you qualify for the K1 visa? You got to meet each other face to face, in person, and be in each other's physical presence one time in 2 years before you mail in the K1 visa package, right? Immigration doesn't specify how many days you have to be together. So if you've only been together for like a week or 10 days or whatever, then make sure when you go to the visa interview, or if you get an RFE for further evidence of the relationship, that you maintain contact with your beneficiary and you print those chats and the live stream chats and you print the WhatsApp chats and the Yahoo Messenger chats. 3 a week. That's 12 a month. 12 times 12 times 12. What is that? That's a lot of communication. You send it to immigration if they ask you for it. Jacob, let me see here. Ruth and Jacob are chatting. Jacob, which medical will force you to reschedule your interview? Which medical will force you to have to reschedule your interview? I don't know. Oh, Diego, I know we will make the interview. Just getting to the point. Yeah, you're getting there, man. You are right at the finish line. And I'm almost at the finish line of this live stream. I've been talking for an hour and 30 minutes, and Karina, okay, she's been working. She got up at like 5 o'clock this morning, taking care of the cat, washing clothes, she's been busy all day. And then I make her sit here during the live stream, and she is tired. She wants to make some empanadas. I'm hungry. And what we'll do is, let me see, Jose Custodio, hi Diego and Karina, hopefully you guys are doing well. Well, we're great. Almost to the finish line, couple of weeks. We had our interview on Thursday. Okay, got approved. And the next day, Friday, we received our package and passport. 1 day turnaround. Jose Custodio, Puerto Rico. Which country? JS, which sputum does it happen to be Bogotá, Colombia? What, JS, what is sputum and does it happen in Bogotá? Never seen it in Colombia, never seen it. Never once. Jacob, the wrath of sputum is only for the children, the citizens of the Philippines. Joe Jose Custodio, Peru. So you got a 1 day turnaround in Peru. In Chile, Peru, right? That's good. Christopher Stout gets the last word. And guys, thank you for the super chats. Guys. We appreciate your super chats. Tomorrow Karina's gonna help me find the Mountain Dew store. Christopher, how can I get my part-time funds history through my Uber driver app so I can send it to my fiance? Maybe I can call them to get my this year's statements. Can it be used towards that? Yeah. If you're working for Uber, they gotta have a record of your paying. How do they pay you? Do they pay you by check? Do they pay you by direct deposit? You can do it. See you guys. I'm out of here. Karina's she's banging on my leg. She wants to eat. She wants to make some empanadas, and I'm going to eat some empanadas. And I'm going to go and I'm going to log out of here. See you guys on Monday night.